Good evening, everybody. Another Monday night with bees all day. It's a cold Monday night here in the valley. My computer isn't even registering a temperature right now, so the thermometer outside says it's 23, and I believe it. But wind is blowing, and it's cold. It's been cold all day. So Clay got 5 inches of snow today, and down there where he lives. We didn't get any here in Woodstock. So, well, let me let Charlie in, the man, the myth, the legend. There he is.
Hey,
So, yeah, it was just cold here all day. We were only supposed to get a dusting the other day. We got 2 inches. Hey, Tar Heel. And Dennis is in here, and you saw Eugene come in. I got Clay and Mike and Roy and Highland. And let's see who else. James Noel, how are you tonight? And Dustin's in here. So it's good to see everybody tonight. So we'll get going here in a minute. Get all
24 degrees
right out of the way. So I'm thinking right after Christmas, probably after New Year's, sometime first 2 weeks of January, one of the first two Monday nights of January, I'm gonna try to get a meteorologist in here. Hey, Bill Lee, how are you tonight? To talk to us a little bit about the weather in beekeeping. So yeah, I did a favor for him on bee check, so he owes me one. Hey, Justin, how are you tonight? So, did you get any snow today, Charlie?
Nope. It was cold with that wet air you feel,
Yep.
with a bit of a breeze, and it was, it got to you, I'll say.
Yeah, it cut right into you. There's JW's in here early tonight. Yeah.
I don't know. We filled up a load of firewood today and got rid of that, and I took it up the road and dropped it. So I mean, we were in the mill where we had a bit of a fire going. So
yeah.
Hey, Tiny Creek.
That's good. And, hey, Tiny Creek, JT.
But
Chris,
then I delivered a load of blocking down to a marina close to Baltimore.
Yeah.
So that spent most of the afternoon. So I kind of got to stay in a sort of a warm truck.
There you go. So, I don't blame you there. I'd be staying in one all day if I could. I've been running roads all day today myself. I'm gonna be running the roads all day tomorrow too.
Delivering or what?
No, just running errands and taking care of stuff that needs to be taken care of. So that's how it goes, I guess. Right?
Huh? Yeah,
That's how it goes. So
no, it's been cold and I don't know, just the bees have been all all snuggled in. The only thing I did was let's see. Saturday afternoon I got my infrared camera out, which hooks to my phone, and I checked all the hives, and they they got good signature and all that. I mean, it kind of shows you kind of where everybody's at in the box. Yeah. It's not the most accurate. I mean, I take pictures with it, but it's I don't know. It's like some of the ones it's got the carpet around it, where if you pull the side open, that whole side will be warm.
Yeah,
it'll be red. And then some of the nukes there, I was checking the nukes that I had moved. That was one of the things I did was a week ago, I guess last Monday, I moved 4 nukes and put them in the spots where my 10 frame production hives were where I combined them. So I checked those. I wanted to, about moving them and stuff. I mean, it was 40-ish degrees, so I didn't really have to move them that far either, and they didn't get bounced around.
That's good.
So anyway, they all had good heat signatures, and the rest of them all had pretty good heat signatures.
Yeah.
And the phone, you can choose about I don't know, more than a dozen different colorations. And
Yeah.
I was trying to get the one that would where you would really see the red, and then the background would be kind of black, compared to what I see on some of the there's the guy up in Canada. But now see, they're inside of a shed, and I'm wondering whether that has something to do with it, where they were kind of, the outside air is 40 degrees in the shed, and then you can see the heat signatures, up on the packs of hives and stuff that are stacked on top of each other. So, but it just kind of gives me an idea. At least I know that they're all up and running and that kind of thing. So that's about all I've been really doing. Went to some music yesterday, sold some honey, sold some. While I was gone today, the guy that works for me, he sold, oh, I don't know. Let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8, about 11 pounds of honey today.
That's good.
And I had 2 guys up at the VFW. They bought, I think, about 8 pounds.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I jarred up 10 jars of creamed honey today.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Is that
cinnamon roll?
So you're putting cinnamon powder, I guess, in there?
Yeah, it's cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla extract, and it does taste like a cinnamon roll when we're done.
Okay. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, hey, Matt.
How you doing, Matt? Good to see you on here, buddy.
So that's good. I mean, I've never did cream honey. I don't know.
It's turned out to be quite the seller here at the local light show. So we sold out of it the other night. That's why I had to.
Oh, is that the fair thing that you are involved for 7 days or something?
Yep, 7 nights. Yep.
And I did see I see where you posted video or some videos and pictures of the parade. That really looked nice. That was a nice looking float.
Yep.
That you had, and all the beekeepers dressed up in bee outfits and things. I thought that was pretty neat.
And the one lady in the real long dress.
I'm not sure if I've seen her or not.
Yeah, well, she sat in that chair that was on the float, and she like froze to death because she wasn't up and moving around.
Right.
Yeah, it was cold that night. Wind was blowing. It was cold anyway. I looked at the thermometer on my truck there at one point, and it was 21 degrees, and the wind was blowing. Yeah, I know they had to be cold. So,
yeah. Hey, Pete. Good to see you, Highland Honey.
Tiny Creek, you need to make sure you look at my website and look at the price on that extractor. I don't think it's as much as you feel it's going to be. And Highland, yes, the cinnamon roll it tastes just like a cinnamon roll. So, and I've got the bourbon runny honey sold real well, and the hot honey sold real well. So
now the hot honey is just hot honey, or is that for like barbecue type stuff?
Oh, you can use it for either. You can either cook with it, or you can put it on, toast, bread, whatever, if you like hot honey, or on pizza or something like that. But it is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Andrew, on that 36 frame, just click on, there's multiple pictures underneath of that because there's a way you got it listed, I think.
Yeah, it's all the extractors are listed in one, and the 36 frame is the last one.
Yeah. So you can see the different sizes.
Yeah.
But
And I've been told I'm going to have a 48 in the late spring of 26.
I wonder whether that's, I mean, I guess it kind of depends who the clientele is, but when you get up to 48 and something like that, I would think that that person would be looking more of an extraction line.
Well, that's what it's made for. That's why I've got the heated sump, which is the clarifier. It's heated,
Yeah.
heated with water, and then it goes into a pump, and it's pumped up to your storage tanks, and from there you can pump it over to your bottling tank.
And all
So
that.
yeah, it's basically a mid-size sideliners extractor and extraction line is what I'm carrying now.
Well, true. I would just, Andrew, I mean, you're saying about getting done fast. Really, it's also when you're, let's say, you're doing a couple hundred supers. That's sort of the justification, I think, for that in my mind, is that it's like the workload doesn't really get done any faster, but when you have so much coming in to keep up with the pressure of the workload, I guess you would call it.
Yep.
And also you can get the 200 supers done in a reasonable amount of time instead of, if you only have 50 supers and you got a 48, yeah, you're going to be done in a couple hours, but
right.
It's not justifiable for the amount of how much the product costs too.
Right. And I've got plans, the drawings for an uncapper. Yeah. So we're trying to figure that one out next, is the uncapper, because we want to make sure it's being done right when we build it. We want to make sure it's right. We don't want to rush anything to market, and we want to make sure that the capper works correct, and it will be, customers will be happy with it. Put it that way.
Yeah.
When it goes to market.
I mean, if it's like that license I've seen where it's totally automatic. I mean, that's another thing, the license model that I've watched, you got, like Bob Walker's got the one that's, it's the model that's a hand crank. And then you got the model like Tom's got, which is same thing, but totally automatic. In my opinion, if you're going to go to that point, you might as well go all the way to automatic.
Right. Exactly.
When it comes to that, and then you ought, and that was another people say, well, about, why don't you buy that or that? I said, look, when you're at that point in stage, you need a designated honey house.
Yes.
Or I'll say room that you can set up and leave and clean up.
Yep.
Where you can, you got, like Mike Barry down there, he's got the, let's see, this year, I think he's got, what is it? He has the uncapping tank, which runs into a clarifier, which in turn, he runs it with a pump, I believe it is, into, I think, a strainer and a bucket. And then he has it to where it shuts the pump. The pump shuts on and off, and he has the alarm, I think, on the 1 5-gallon bucket or whatever type of thing he's using. I think it's where the last strainer is more for clarifying the fine particles, where the clarifier itself pretty much takes out the bulk of all those products and stuff out of the, out of the, keeps it as clean. But then I looked at that thing, and that's something where I think most of them hold 20 something gallons of honey, 15 to 20 gallons of honey. That's a lot of honey.
That's a lot of honey.
Before
and that uncapper.
Before you get to the point of making it act, the clarifier works for you.
Yes.
So if you don't have that, if you're not uncapping and generating that much, then that kind of machinery it's no good for what you're doing.
Right. So Triton, I'll order next year's 30 dose Formic at the expo, so I get it before I need it in the spring. And yes, I'm sold out at the moment. I had a commercial guy come in and buy everything up I had. So he was on his way to Georgia and he needed treatment, so he bought everything I had.
So,
but yeah, if you get the if the uncapping machine that we're talking about right now, if it works per the drawings, if it's built per the drawings and it works like the drawings, it is not a chain and it's not knives. It is a wire, like a piano wire uncapper.
I've never seen.
That'll have a little bit of heat in it. Not much. Enough to melt the wax, and that's it.
Hey, Kevin. From Philadelphia.
Then that way, it'll all slough off down in the uncapping tank, in the tank itself. When it goes through on both sides, there'll be a wire on both sides, and it'll go through, and those cappings will just peel right off and go down in the capping tank. The frame will drop down, and it'll slide forward. There'll be a mechanism there to push them forward as they go, and then you can take them from there and put them in your extractor. Hey, Flower Street. Yeah, like a cheese cutter tool. Yes.
Will that be a hot wire?
It'll have a little bit. It'll have enough heat in it to melt the wax.
Yeah, that's.
But it's a very thin piano wire.
Yeah. Well, Brian, it looks like you might got back home from Florida then. I thought you did have a honey house. I thought it was called a black bear shed out in the backyard. Well, we'll see what happens with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I won't know anything about that right away. I mean, it's going to take a year to get it right.
Yeah, a lot of product testing.
Yeah. It'll be tested. I probably won't have a prototype this year. It'll probably be 27 before I get a prototype.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, anyway, like you say, it's been quite cold. Today, that air was it was so wet. It just made it felt twice as bad.
Yeah.
And, but things kind of worked out. And brother, he had to go to the doctor's for a visit, checkup, I guess you call it. And, but I was able to, instead of me dumping wood onto the ground, firewood, we were able to get the truck loaded. And I happened to call the guy that was kind of next online, and he works for the power company. He happened to be staging at his house, let's say. And he happened to just, I don't know, he had a transformer he got replaced, and he was close enough at lunchtime to. So I said, he happened to be there. I said, I'll be there in 20 minutes or so.
So he helped you stack it, huh?
Stack it. We don't stack. We go in and push. The one I had, I have to push the button to raise. It's one of them electric pump jobs.
Oh, okay.
they're slow as all get out. But well,
Hey,
even today, if I'd have went up there with the PTO driven hydraulic pump on my big truck, it was sat there for probably 30 seconds or more before it ever moved because it's the oil's so cold.
yeah.
And
James wants to field test for
okay.
me.
So anyway, I got in, got out. He is also a beekeeper,
Yeah.
and um, and he's got a couple hives. He said they were still active when they were flying, being able to fly. And then I talked to his wife, I think a year ago, and her father was a beekeeper. I forget where he was at. I'm gonna say he was kind of in the Midwest area. Pretty good, 300 or 400 hives, pretty good sized professional beekeeper at the time that I can remember. And hey, Chris. And so anyway, got that done, got back. Had some guy come in. He was trying to make cutting board. Well, he wasn't making anything. He was trying to be the middleman. He's
Yeah.
getting somebody else to make the cutting boards, and all he would do is put some vegetable oil on it, and then this is triple the price of the cut. If he paid, let's say $12, he's going to triple the price and then sell it to whatever. And I'm like, really? I mean, I just didn't think you could get that. Um, get that
Yeah.
kind of. He said I got to have that kind of money and blah 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 blah. And he used before the bubble popped on the house market because these were gifts that the what do you call it, the realtor would give to the new homeowner, cutting
Yeah.
boards,
Yeah.
charcuterie boards or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said I used to have 2 employees or 3 employees, and they would do 100 of them things a week. Now he's down to where he might get 10 a week, or 2 or 3 a
Oh,
week.
wow.
And of course, the employees are all gone, and he's working another day job, I'll say. And
Wow.
I'm like, I said, people come into me and buy that kind of, buy the wood to make that kind of stuff, but they're home, hobby cabinet makers, and they do that kind of stuff, and for gifts and whatever,
Yeah.
or
That
for
makes sense.
or like markets like that you're set up at,
Yeah.
seasonal markets and stuff. I said,
Yeah.
he's. I think the one thing was like well, one of them was walnut, one of them was cherry. I said, well, you got the two hottest. Well, you got walnut, and I said that's high price, right there. And then
Yeah.
you got cherry, which is not quite as high priced. And it was like a paddle charcuterie board. I get looks like a big old wooden paddle, and
Yeah.
I mean,
Like a cheese board.
gee, that's what it is. And it had a handle and it had a hole in the middle of at the end of the handle, and then another thing he would do is oil it and then I'll say laser engrave it, or he had a CNC, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't burnt, so it was a CNC. Engrave it, with some names or whatever, each one of them. And I'm like, I said, the one was like $30. He would pay the price, and I'm like, well, you got cherry, it's 7/8 thick, so that's even thicker. It's 1.25 inch board.
Yeah.
It's 10 inches wide. It's 18 inches or so long, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Clear cherry, solid. I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah. You can't find clear cherry very often.
Well, he was driving 3 hours up in northern, kind of like in the mountains of Pennsylvania there, kind of like as you go out the north end of Maryland up in the
Yeah.
Hancock, PA.
Yeah.
And I said, well,
Pittsburgh, up that way.
why you get all that? I says, because that's where the good cherry grows, and that's where the good walnut grows. It grows up in the mountains. And I
Yep,
said, that
you're right.
guy has a supply of it. And he didn't understand about, it takes a year to get the board from the sawmill to the shelf because of a drying process.
Yeah.
And he was looking for cutter boards. I said, you got to find some company that just mass produces this stuff if you're going to try to find something cheaper as far as him whipping around and keeping his prices a little bit lower.
Oh yeah, you got to find somebody that's going to kiln dry it for you.
Well, what I'm getting at is you have to have a company like some of these gift type companies. You just see magazines where they have um, 12 different styles of cheese boards or meat cutting boards or whatever. And maybe they got red and maybe they got walnut and maple and cherry and they got some kind of color pattern. I said, you got to have somebody that's got big machines to whip that stuff out in minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I told him, I said, like these cabinet makers around where I live. I said, they go to Pennsylvania. There's 3 major cabinet companies. They make the cabinets because that's all they do all day long. Just give them your plans. And I said, everybody who calls themselves a cabinet maker, what they should call themselves is a cabinet installers.
Yes.
That's all they are. They're installers. Yeah. They don't actually make it. They might fine tune it some, but
there's very few people around that can make cabinets anymore.
I got one guy, but his cheapest cabinet set's $40,000. It starts at $40,000.
Yeah.
And he deals with the rich and famous.
Yeah. And that's where you dealing with those kind of people, that's where you find the real true quote unquote artisans of the trade.
Yeah, well, he's what he does, and he has CNC cutters and CNC routers, and he knows how to do all that kind of stuff. And he deals with the people where the wife says, "All right, I've had the oak cabinets for 8 years. I'm tired of them. Let's take them all out and let's go cherry or let's go walnut, just because,
Yeah.
That's the kind of people that guy deals with.
Yeah.
And
she's probably never in the kitchen.
Most likely not. Most likely not. Most of them are like, they're houses that are Ethan Allen showrooms.
Yeah.
That's about what it amounts to.
So y'all talking about it being in the 40s and the 50s. I tell you what, I'll trade places with you. Because tomorrow here, the high is going to be 33. And the high of the week is 49. And that's on Wednesday. And it goes downhill from there. So I'll trade places with you.
You say you got snow?
No, we did the other day. They were calling we were going to get a dusting, and we got 2 inches.
Yeah, well, I see where down there at Floyd, Virginia, down there, I get their emails, their posts,
Yeah.
and they shut the Friday night jamboree down because of snow.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of snow down there today.
They got a lot of snow down there, and something about Route 52 or 62 or something like that. Some tractor and trailer jackknifed and shut the whole road down for a couple of days or so. They look like they got 6 or 8 inches of snow.
Hey, Michael's
I
don't want to know when it's going to be. I don't want to know about it. It's going to be 60 degrees down there. I don't want to know.
Wind chills of like 15 Monday next week.
Good. Right. You're going to get a taste of cold.
Well, it was a high of about 31 today, I think, when I looked at my phone.
Yeah.
But it was just that raw, wet air.
Yep.
There was snow, I think, down deep, below us in Virginia, around, Richmond.
Yeah, it all across the southern part of Virginia, it snowed.
Hey, Dinah.
Hi, Dinah. How are you?
So it's supposed to be 41 tomorrow, Dinah? I guess.
Y'all are having a heat wave.
I'm just concerned about Nobby, and
Yeah.
and then Christmas weekend. I've
Well,
got
Christmas weekend here, you're talking about the 27th, 28th?
20. Well, 20. What's Saturday?
Saturday's the 27th.
27.
So 27th, 28th, they're calling for rain here. Now the 25th, it's supposed to be 62 degrees here on the 25th, and 45 on the 24th, and 66 degrees on the 26th. My God.
I don't know. I'm
Heat
supposed to.
wave coming. Yeah, you're supposed to wear name tags at Nobby.
You have to wear name tags.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to, put it that way. So we did
Well, it's supposed
OA
to
over the
be
weekend.
20, yeah, the 20s. We're talking 55, 63, and 66. So I'm in good shape that day.
Yeah.
We got some family matters to take care of. So I'm glad of that.
Well, Clay, I'm just regurgitating the information I'm seeing in front of me. So I know what you mean about not believing it. But so we did OA over the weekend.
So I
It
got
was 30, I want to say it was 38 or 39 Sunday when they did the OA, Sunday morning. So we had a couple people out that had never used a vaporizer, so we showed them how to use it, and they're pretty happy with it. So, yep, they got some experience with it here with us. So,
you had respirators, I hope.
yep, the whole 9 yards. So,
They talk about the eyes. I've never had any. I mean, I've experienced when I had a pan vaporizer. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I, you know, once I've experienced OA one time, it was like, okay, we're getting a respirator. And
come on, Donna, you got to live on the wild side every now and then. Get out there in that snow and let them have it.
she might fall.
Smoke them good. So all our hives got 4 grams. So except for we got a couple real small ones. I think they just got 2.
4 grams for 2 brood boxes, or
Yep.
per brood box.
Well, it was 4 grams is what they put in. So
That's good enough.
yeah.
Good for now.
Yep. They'll get it again on the 21st.
Yeah, let's see, when did I do? I guess I'm supposed to do it this coming weekend.
When did you do it last?
The 29th.
Of November?
Yeah. That was a Saturday.
Yep. Be the
So
13th of December.
should be around the 13th of December.
Yep.
But I think
13th and then the 27th.
well, it ain't going to happen the 27th, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Hit them on the 26th. You'll be good.
It's it. Yeah, maybe. We'll see what happens. I think it says it's supposed to rain.
Yeah, 27th, 28th is supposed to rain.
Yeah, see, who was it? I don't know what it was, Matt from Sandy Valley or what? Somebody, I watched a video of somebody and it was 30 some degrees. It was a little bit below 40 degrees. And he was saying, debating about when the bees cluster. And he had a bag of Hive Alive fondant on there, and the bees were all up inside the bag eating. So he said, obviously they're not clustered at all.
It's probably right.
Well, you could see them in the video
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff. Hey, Ed. Anybody wants to come in?
Yeah. Come on in here. Come on in here, Michael. Let's talk about the Tom Sossman deal.
Keith. Oh yeah, I guess maybe it was. Keith, was that you? All right. All right, that's what it was. I know I was watching somebody's stuff. She hasn't treated since August. But me and Dinah were talking about it at the last social club meeting that we had for beekeepers. And she's got a lot of coming from people she sells nukes to and what they've been testing. And then she tests. She has a lot of a very hygienic group of bees. Not that she bred for it, but things have been coming around to where she doesn't get the numbers. I'll say she takes the queens that she has and then she remakes, newer queens out of those bees, or the bees make the queens.
Yeah.
But I don't think she specifically was trying to develop that. It just happened.
Yeah. I mean,
Dinah, you can tell more about it than I can, but I mean, it was quite interesting. The fact that she's got people coming back. Hey, we tested. We get zeros and ones all the time. Yeah, Matt, that's who it was. Keith said it was him.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Now, Keith lives in North Carolina. I'm sure it gets cold down there, but, he's in a warmer climate than we're in. So.
I'm not sure what. I think it's South Carolina. I'm not sure.
I thought he was in. Keith, I thought you were in North Carolina.
Not sure. North Carolina.
Yeah.
But
I might be old, but I haven't lost my memory yet.
She said it was luck. She has good luck.
Yeah, she's got to have good luck if she's, get all of a sudden her bees are turning hygienic on her. She's got to have good luck. That's a good thing. Yadkinville. Yep.
It's 24 right now. You're 10 degrees warmer than I am.
Yeah, he's 11 degrees warmer than me.
But so I gotta.
Yeah, I know my girls are clustered tight right now.
Mine definitely are.
Yeah.
And all that. I'm just glad I moved boxes of bees when I did, and they've been in there for over a week now, and I don't have any problem about worrying about drifting or anything like that. And let everybody know, I think I just read Melissa stated, what was it in Facebook, that there's only like 40 let's see if I can find it. 40
some seats left for the dinner, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm, yeah, I believe that's what you said. I read it and then I can't find it, of course. It's there, but
Yeah, I haven't seen. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is, right at the top of the page. We have 40 spots left for the No Life Beekeepers Dinner. If anyone would like to join
get
in
at
at 6,000 Lines Arm Drive, Louisville, Kentucky. It's Wednesday night, January 7th at 6:30 to 9:30 p.m.
Yep.
Tickets are free.
But you got to have a ticket because we have a limited seats
Yes.
available for the size of the venue.
Yep.
And
We
Doug
do.
says up there in Saskatchewan, it's minus 14°C, which turns out to be a whopping 7 degrees Fahrenheit. But that's that dry cold. It's not as
Yeah, it's a
cold.
dry cold, all right.
It's dry cold, just like that Texas dry heat.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a friend of mine, she said she went out there years ago, and this has been 40 years ago, and she said, hot's hot. That's all there is to it. I don't care if it is dry. And they didn't have no air on, and she said, I just about died. She said, I couldn't sleep for nothing. Mid 60s the next few days.
Where are you at, Dennis?
He's in Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Dinah, do you have a flare that hooks to your phone, or do you got like a handheld type flare? But yeah, I got the flare. It was right before Christmas, and it was a kind of like 50% off. It's a real itty bitty teeny thing with a dangle, as I call it, a cord, because when you got the protective case on your phone, you got to have that in order for that thing to get up in there to connect. And it seems to work out because I can hold the phone and then kind of position the camera any way I want and all that stuff. But it does okay. It gives me an idea of what's going on out there with the hives. Makes me feel good. I'll put it to you that way. So let's see. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Brad. How's everything down in Louisiana?
Is it cold down there, Brad? A Fleur Pro works great. Take the case off because I like camera overlay. That's cool.
What's the phone camera overlay? I don't quite understand.
It shows the Fleur picture shows up in your camera, and it's
You mean
uh,
on your phone?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the way mine does. Now I can take pictures with it. I got a bunch of pictures here that I took. I don't know whether you guys can see that or not. Taking zoom me in.
Alrighty.
Let's
That's a
see.
nice looking cluster.
Ah,
There it is, right there.
right there. It's right at
Yep.
the corner of the end of the hive. That was one with carpet on top of it.
Yep.
And then here, I think this is one of the nukes that I had moved. That was why I wanted to check it.
They're pretty well. That must be a pretty good sized nuke because it looks like they're pretty well spread out.
Yeah, they're pretty tight. And then here's another 10 framer. That's one of these ones out, with the
Yeah.
carpet over top of it.
Yeah, they're pretty tight.
And then here's one. I had moved the hive from the nuke from the end down towards, but it's still behind the barn. And where are you at?
Look,
Come on.
there it is.
Right there. The blue in the back is the barn siding. It's metal.
Yeah, it looks like the cluster. It's like it's got two clusters in it. One of them's kind of spread out, and the other one's in the bottom box.
Yeah, actually that's the sec. That hive there actually has has 4 boxes on it. It's not in the bottom box. It's in the second box up, second medium, and then it kind of goes up from there. And here's the same hive. There's a side view of it. Let's see.
Yep.
See, it's kind of on the side of it. And there, of course, the front there was where the heat's coming out the front. So, and I don't know. There's one there that's right. It's one of my hives. Let's see. There we go. One of my hives right behind the barn. It's a 10 frame production hive. And that's about it. You can put me back to normal.
Justin wants to know, do you run Flectex on top?
No, I run 1.5 star foam insulation. Flectex maybe has 1 R value. And like Ian Stepler and them, they use it because I was talking to Brad about that, and he said that stuff is like $1 a sheet. So if you got 2,000 hive, you just spent $2,000 for every hive, or for hives, compared to a wooden inner cover. So I use a wooden inner cover. I cover up the hole with a piece of Luan type plywood. I actually made some pine wood. I milled it down to like, let's say 3/8 of an inch thick, maybe 1/4 inch at the most. And I put that over the hole, and then I put the 1.5 insulation. I sawed them out here last year. Then I put the telly cover on top of that. Telly cover, the sides of it more or less covers all the insulation up, and I strap it down. There's no upper ventilation and all that stuff. But I don't know if I can show that. I don't know if I can get that up there or not. That was the block. Put me back up at, zoom me in. Zoom me in, Bill. Yeah, there it goes. That's the blocking that I was selling this boatyard. And there's a better picture of it. They're 8x8s. That's what I talk about blocking.
Yeah. Dinah said she sent you a FLIR picture.
All right. And then I got a instant message from one of the guys that bought one of my queens, and he says it's doing just fine going through the
That's
winter.
good.
That's nice to find out.
Yeah.
And then so I'll have to look at the picture later. But so anyway, um, you know, no, Justin, like I say, I just run that insulation, and then I don't do any upper ventilation. What it is the insulation keeps the wooden inner cover warm. Then the moisture from the bees from their expirations will not condense, but they'll condense on the outer walls and stuff. Oh yeah, well, Justin, you're out there in California. Yeah, it's all about location, location, location.
Yep. Exactly.
You know, if you're out there where you're not getting severe weather like what we do, oh, it's in Facebook. Okay. Um, you know, it you can do those types of things
Yeah.
and all.
Maccabees.
Hey, Mac or Tom.
Mac.
Hmm, but
Oh,
that camera acting up for some reason.
you done wore it out, Charlie.
Huh?
You done wore that camera out already?
I don't think so. I don't think it's Facebook Messenger. Okay. I don't see anything, Dinah. But so anyway, I guess it's Tom. I think he said he had snow out there last past week.
Yeah.
But so anyway, that's what's happening here. Um, if everything goes well, Robert that came on here house, he'll
Yep.
be he'll be coming to Nobby.
That's good.
We'll be riding together.
That's good. Y'all rooming together, or is he gonna get a room?
We're gonna room together.
Well, good luck. He's a good guy.
He's just got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, I got it, Dinah. Um, he's got bees going to Cali, and that's I said, we got to leave, on a Tuesday to get out there, and so he's got to transport the bees down to a holding yard in Maryland, actually, along with Will's, and then I guess I would say most likely my bee inspector will go out there with their dog, and they will sniff them
Yep.
and write up the papers and all that stuff. And and all that. So hopefully that'll all work out. And then, oh, I don't know. We'll see about, you know, then we got to go out to Missouri to that, the Eastern Missouri Bee Conference. Hey, Clay, are you going out to Eastern Missouri also again this year? That looks to be fun. A lot of folks we know and a lot of presenters are good out there.
Yep.
We know some of the presenters. I know I'm not can't remember all of them. All right, that's cool. We'll get to see
You want to ride? Do you want to ride out there with me and Charlie, Clay?
So anyway, um, it just hopefully the weather she's coming too.
That's fine.
So
Just thought I'd
anyway,
extend the invitation. Don't want you to have to walk.
so Clay, do you make it out there in one day where you live? Because he don't live that far from you. I don't think.
No, he doesn't. He lives down in Lovingston.
Because I know I would think he would go back to Louisville.
10 hours.
He says in 10 hours.
How are you going? Which way are you going, Clay? Are you going across 64 and going out to Louisville, or how are you going when you go? 63, 64. He's going the same way we're going to go, Charlie.
All right. Update. There's only 25 tickets left for the
Yeah,
Nobby
people are buying them.
Nobby dinner.
Yay. Let's fill it up.
Yeah, he said 64.
Yep, and it goes right through Louisville.
So he says 10 hours, huh? Well, maybe we can do it in a day.
Maybe we can. Well, we'll go as far as we feel like going, and then.
Well, I think, yeah. I mean, if we can get there in a day. What happened? There, that camera bothers me. Yeah, we'll leave the same time what we planned and go from there.
Yeah.
And all that. So. Let's see, Google Maps.
Mark Miller, 10-hour drive, only 2 cups. Yeah, but how big are those cups, Mark? A quart or half a gallon? Damn, I thought it was almost 10 o'clock. It's only 9.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll kill a little earlier today or something.
It's not how big, it's how strong. Well, that's true. If you're drinking straight black coffee, it's probably pretty strong. If it's truck stop coffee. Oh boy, it's been a long day, Charlie.
So, what have you been delivering today? Bee stuff or something else?
No, I just been running errands all day. I just been running the roads. I'm tired. So got up early this morning and left early this morning. Came home for about an hour, and then left and went to the store and jarred up creamed honey. And then came home and ate some supper and got on here.
So, you got a creamer, and these folks talk about creaming where they have to leave it for
24 hours.
I've heard 3 and 4 days. I've heard weeks. And
Well, it takes, once you cream it and you jar it, it's got to set.
Yeah, but the stirring part.
Yeah, it stirs every 15 minutes for 24 hours. It stirs 15 minutes every hour for 24 hours.
Right. But then you have to, what, like Melissa talks about doing the dice method. $64 goes about 20 minutes from my bee operation.
Well, you may get 2 people crashing on your couch.
I was just thinking that.
JW.
But so did you have to heat that up to a certain temperature for so long and all that kind of stuff? And
Yeah, you heat the honey before you put the seed honey in it. So I keep it warm anyway because it's in a heated room.
right.
So it stays about, I don't know, 80 degrees in there. So it's fairly warm. And then the way I do it is I put the honey in the creamer and I put the right amount of seed honey in there and I let it mix so it gets mixed up. So the seed honey gets mixed in with the honey real good. And then I got all my ingredients and I put the wet ingredient in and let that mix in real good. And then I put the dry ingredient in and then I actually start the cycles.
Mm-hmm.
So it turns out really, really good. And it's no grit to it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's good. You know, you can, and you said you had a lot of potential there as far as sales.
yep. It's sold really good. So
Well, that's at that Christmas show. Yeah.
yep.
But you said you had somebody had a shop or something that wanted to put it on the shop, or she
Yep.
liked it, something like that.
Yeah. So I've got like 5 or 6 retail outlets and I just picked up 2 more. So yeah. Matt, is the couch comfortable?
Well, I take and sell my Ronnie honey pretty. You know, it's like a friend of mine said. Yeah, you sell your Ronnie honey quite well. So I just keep with the Ronnie honey, let it go at that instead of doing out extra work.
What kind of acorn frames are you looking for,
I think he's looking.
Bracken?
I think he's looking for sheets because
Are
he's
you
making.
looking for a foundation or are you looking for frames?
I think he's making up wooden frames on the video, so he's looking for foundation.
If he's looking for foundation, I'll have plenty of it down there.
He ain't gonna be there.
How many sheets you looking for? That's the question. Because I got 1,000 sheets of deep and 1,000 sheets of medium black coming, and I got 500 sheets of white deep and 500 sheets of white medium coming.
People actually use white for their honey supers.
Yeah, Tom buys pipe from me all the time. Okay, how many sheets do you want? So I know
Yeah,
how many.
but what size you need? Deep.
Yeah,
I think
deep or medium.
I think he runs deeps.
Hang on a
All
minute, I'll tell you. Because I took them off of the website because Acorn cut me off Friday on them. They need time to make them
deeps,
deep.
200 to 300. He said that's what he.
Okay. Category. Let's see.
Don't they make enough? Can't they make enough stuff? Or are they selling stuff? There's I guess.
Well, see, they have all of their sheets of foundation, all their plastic frames already made. They got to dip them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why cut you off? I mean, it's like okay, if you can.
Because they got to have time to do it and for them to dry before they put them in a box. So you want double dip, Bracken?
I would think so.
I would think so too. And he wants
up to 300.
Black, 300. Do 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 do.
You might as well get 500.
Yeah, you might as well. I can give you a whole lot better price on 500 than I can 300. So,
okay, price on 500.
It's just money. That's right. It's just money, Clay. Retail price is $725, and I can do $650
a piece.
No, for 500 of them.
Okay. $1.30.
That's 15 cents a sheet off the retail price. No, the price, normal price all the time is $1.45 a sheet. That's the special price for 500 of them. That's $1.30 a sheet. Shoot me an email and I'll shoot you the I'll send you the invoice. Clay, you should have been paying attention sooner. There is no shipping, Mike. There he is.
Almost. Maybe. I don't know. You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Turn the other mic or phone off.
I shouldn't have anything else on.
You got YouTube on.
No. Not me. Check. Nope. Everything else on my phone's completely shut off. So if it sounds weird, I'll get off and try to come back again.
How about on your
I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone in the garage. I'll hop off and come back.
Come on. There you go.
Is that any better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. Probably just some phone glitch or something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I turned it off and we did some other things, so I don't know what's going on in the chat. So what's going on?
Oh, there's a lot of talking going on. So how'd you like that string of posts the other day on Facebook with Tom?
Oh, with Tom and Greg and you. And
yep.
About what? What was that?
Oh, he went. He ducked that. There was he posted a picture of one of his hives, frames from one of his hives, and either he moved the bees or the bees moved just enough to see the logo on the frame, and he took a picture of it. And I told him, I said, well, you got those bees trained pretty good to move so people can see your logo, right?
Yeah.
And then Tom chimed in and said something. What did he say?
Oh, something about a picture of his face being on it, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Tom being Tom.
Yeah. And I told Tom, I said, if you can get your face on that frame with that doctor in the picture, I said, I'll hire you as a salesman. And it just went downhill from there. And then he said he wanted 50%. And I told him, I said, well, you got to remember, he wanted 40%. And I said, 50% of that 40% is mine because it's intellectual property because I gave you the idea.
Yeah, it started going downhill when Tom said something and Greg jumped in and he was like, that might be the best mite, treatment out there is Tom's face on a frame to scare him off,
Yep.
Like, hey, whatever works.
Yep. Whatever works, right?
Pretty much. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I'm dragging today.
We all are.
I got my knobby stuff figured out last week and hadn't figured out how many hours of spraying and stuff I got to do to pack all my stuff out. So we're chipping away at that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even with taking the trailer and shipping 4 pallets, I've been telling people, it's like I'm only planning on taking 560 boxes. That's my limit.
Really?
That doesn't count pre-orders. I've got a good chunk of a pallet and pre-orders already done too. So if there's anything anybody wants for sure, you better get it pre-ordered because some items, I mean, I'm literally taking like 40 of some things and that's it.
Wow.
I don't know how to guess. So I don't want to get stuck with so much I can't pull it back. So yeah.
40 of what? Like
boxes like the 10 packs of the those comb honey making frames. I'm taking 40 10 packs of those and that's it. And like some of my 5 packs of drones, I might have 10 packs of this and 7 packs of that, and that's it. I'm primarily taking standard deeps, which I'm only going to have like 200 boxes of standard deeps.
Yeah.
Just like an assortment, about 150-ish of mediums, and then I'm taking less than 100 boxes of standard or small cell deeps, and not even 40 boxes of small cell mediums.
Yeah.
I mean, so man, I'm like telling everybody if there really is something you want, you need to pre-order it because I'm gonna run out of some stuff first day. I'm pretty sure.
Now you're still bringing those defenders, right?
I won't have all those defenders in until first week of April.
Oh.
Why do they call those 4-way boxes defenders? Is that just some brand name?
They've got a defender line. If you can't get them here, but over there in Europe, you can get boxes to put on top of them, and you can super them on all kinds of other stuff for them. They just don't offer that stuff here.
Hey, James Lee.
Hey, James.
They do a hive line that's the 10 frame box based off those, but every one of them you can change the guts out, so you can make like all different kinds of configurations. But you can actually super them and put queen excluders on and run them all different kinds of ways. It's just not something they offer over here.
Okay. Well,
if you go to like their European website, it's amazing all the stuff they sell over there that I would like to play with that they don't make for here.
What do they do? Just won't let them bring into the country or something?
Yeah, pretty much. I guess they don't figure they'll have good enough sales over here to want to get into that whole mess. Cause it's just a lot of it's just so different than our just standard size stuff.
Huh.
But I mean, if you ever get bored and you want to go hunting around, go look at Ape and May's European site.
Only problem I have with Ape and May is the cost of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was helping Will move hives, and we left them Ape and May's there because you can't use a hive lifter or nothing on them. They're definitely made for the backyard beekeeper, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we tried to, I think Will finally had to take the darn bees apart because they had been left alone for 6 months or more. And you know how everything was just jam packed in there, and they were so heavy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he had to tear all that stuff apart.
Yeah, because I
think what he also did, he finally got his arms, and he had to kind of tie the arms to the handles in order to be able to move that stuff. So
in my yard, I don't have any normal Ape and May stuff. I've got like the defender things I'm going to play with. I've got some of their the 7 framers that you can split in half and make 2 nukes out of. I've got some of those because I use them for making nukes and rearing queens in, that kind of stuff. I don't have any of the actual full size stuff in my yard. I pretty much just got wax dipped and some of those anels from Bill.
So, are you going to have any at all of them at Nobby, or just you're not going to have any of them till April?
Not to so. I have a few coming in that have been stuck in customs apparently for like 2 or 3 weeks. Argo's telling me I should have had them 2 weeks ago, but for whatever reason, he doesn't know why they're in customs. And Apamate, they get to, you get to pay every single day they're in customs for storage, whether you like it or not.
Yep.
So they're waiting to see what kind of bill that's going to become. No, I can only get in. I got in a few coming, hopefully this week, next week. So I've got one. I'm giving one away as a giveaway at Nobby, fully loaded with frames. So people have already been entering the drawing for that. Brian Zavada, he's buying one, loaded up to donate to the High Hero raffle that we're doing. Let's see, I've got one that somebody else, I told them a while back I would take them one down there to help them out some display stuff they're doing. And that leaves me 2, one for using for displays, and I might make the other one a giveaway at the Midwest Expo. And then that'll take care of all the 5 I have. And then I'm putting my pre-order in on January 7th. Not my pre-order. I'm putting in my final order January 17th for everything that's been pre-ordered plus extras. That's supposed to deliver last week of March, first week of April to get out to everybody.
There's a question for you.
Man, I can't.
Are you planning on making a lighter version of your frame? The current one is a bit heavy.
Nope. Simple answer, no. If I go lighter, you start losing structural strength.
Yep.
So, yeah, the deeps add 7 pounds to a deep box. So if I lightened them up and gave up that strength, I can shave it down to 5 pounds. And 2 pounds isn't worth giving up all the strength, as a trade-off.
Yep.
So, same in mediums. 10 mediums are only 5 more pounds of your super. So if I squeeze it down to 4, pounds really nothing. I'm not going to worry about it. Wish I could, but just structurally, all the testing I did, I can't do that.
So are you the only one making the mini frames?
No, well, I say that. So Apamay sells their plastic 2-piece frame that snaps together that you can put like foundation sheet in.
Yeah.
They make those that they sell with them, except they're letting me buy them without them. But if you buy them from them, you can get those from them. I think Motherload maybe used to make one that size. I don't know if it's medium or deep, both. But I've seen a Motherload frame, just that standard, the same standard plastic frame with the pockets and everything that you see. They may be the only other ones. If they don't make one, then probably nobody else does. I want to say I saw one on a website or maybe at the trade show last year.
Yeah.
But you can buy them in wood. I have wood ones here that came with a thing I bought a year or 2 ago. So you can get like wood wedge top and do whatever you want with them too.
Yeah, I'm not on.
I'm not into wedge top frames anymore.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And
you Nobby?
Yeah, so we're
Do I need to pre-order them?
Oh, the frames. So like a 20-pack of those little minis, I'm only taking 7 of them. That's all I've got room for. So yeah, if you want them, you might pre-order them just to make sure I don't give them away. 'Cause I have a few people that have already pre-ordered a couple of them.
So you want me to go to your website and order them?
You can, but Charlie, you're going to be in St. Louis though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get them in St. Louis.
All right, I'll get them in St. Louis because I'm going to be there.
Yeah, it's just, if y'all just want to wait till then, I'm not going to pull the big trailer to St. Louis, but I'll pull like a 5x8 or something, and I can stick them in there. It's no big deal.
All right.
That sounds good.
Or if I get at the end of the show, if I've still got some laying around, if you want to grab them while you're there, it's either way. It doesn't matter.
All right.
Yeah, because I got to have enough for those 6 Defenders I ordered from you.
Yeah, so that ordering link ought to be up. I'm hoping this week. We've had some technical issues, and my web people, their main programmer apparently isn't there anymore, so he's backlogged on stuff. So I went in and simplified it for him, so maybe he can knock it out in the next couple of days.
You were saying that I could watch a video of your factory.
Mhm.
What is it 21st? What is the?
It's
what
just
is-
21stbee.com. Yeah, when you go,
Tiny Creek. Tiny
you
Creek
go-
says you need a bigger truck.
yeah. I say I want to take more this year, but since I've never done it before, I really don't know how it's going to go over. So I need to be able, whatever I have left over, I need to be able to get it back in my 16-foot trailer, so I don't have to pay to
Yep.
reship it again.
There
So
you
that
go.
these are kind of like my nice, easy number. So yeah, Charlie, if you go to the homepage and scroll down to the bottom, there's just a little YouTube link to a little video showing popping out of the machine.
You got something? You got a video here that says how it's made.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It's about 4 minutes, kind of show you start to finish, because I still have people that think I 3D print them and don't believe them. And don't believe me when I say inject them, or they think we're buying them from somewhere else. I'm just messing with them. So I made that to show people, we actually make them start to finish.
Right.
That's what I was doing today. I just put the molds for the deep standards back in. I started firing frames off again. Started working on inventory.
Yeah, I'm watching some of it now, but I'll look at that later.
But yeah, that just gives you a basic idea how injection molding works. Is all it really is. So
Yeah, because I mean, you were talking about the tonnage. Is it the fact that you're putting two metal surfaces together just to hold them together?
mhm.
Is you got to have a certain amount of tonnage pressure to hold them so they don't leak? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you have to have so much tonnage to keep them closed, because the seal is just metal on metal. But then
Mhm.
you also have to have a certain amount of injection pressure and tonnage to shoot it in fast enough. And that gets into how well your mold's designed for venting and all that other stuff too. So
Mhm.
you can be short on either end. Like I've got plenty of shoot pressure. The hold pressure is the big deal, because we're trying to fill in all those little, tiny little cell walls, and I have to really slam it in there like fast and really hard, and it puts a really hard strain on that machine trying to keep the clamp closed. All of our machines, our biggest one still has struggles to stay closed on those big deep frames. So we're going to have to get bigger machinery for sure.
Yeah, that's only a few dollars.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pocket change for you, though, isn't it, Michael?
Yeah. It's like already in debt, just go more in debt, right?
There you go. What's a little bit more?
Just what did it say? Just get another card, cheap charging, charge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's a little bit more debt?
Yeah.
No?
Hey, Uncle Junior. Good to see you.
But yeah, so I guess there's been a decent amount of people using the app for the show. I think the last I saw is over 1,000 people already using it, and lots of messages and all that stuff going on.
I downloaded that thing on my phone and I can't get the stupid. Maybe I just didn't go to the right link or something. I don't know. I never could get it.
Yeah, I don't know how it is just for the straight attendees, because we got different kind of links to load ours in as vendors months
Yeah.
ago.
I mean, I went on there today and they're telling me that, I don't have a video up or anything like that. I went in and checked my account. There's a video there. There's Facebook links. There's Instagram links. There's website
Right.
links. There's pictures.
Huh.
Yeah.
I know for a while I couldn't get mine to work, and I didn't realize on that vendor, like your profile page where you put all that in.
Yep.
If you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's this little box you have to check off that I kept missing.
Yep.
And once I hit that, everything seemed to work okay. So I don't know.
Yeah, I hit it and it still doesn't work.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm just not real happy with it right now. But you know something? It's what, 30 some days away?
Yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day and realized it's 30 days away, but with our plant schedule and Christmas and New Year's,
Yeah.
a lot of my stuff,
Pre-orders are done.
I've really got to have a lot of my stuff done before Christmas.
Yeah, it's just like Acorn. I called them Friday and I said, "Hey, what's the shipping schedule for Nobby?" And they said, "I need your orders today."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What? Were you going to tell me?" So
I've seen a lot of vendors pre-sale stuff. I think stops like the 17th. Seems to be like a common date.
Yep. So she said, "Yeah, I was going to send you an email today that I need your orders." So my orders went into Acorn for all the pre-order stuff. So it's been ordered. So my Acorn pre-orders are done.
I'm actually, since I guess it's nice, I don't have to actually stock mine until I think I scheduled it for the 28th for pre-orders.
Yep.
Just because, mine's more about if you want something stamped, I need a little bit of time to do it, but
Yep.
I can always switch out sizes on the trailer itself. The stuff that's getting shipped, it's getting shipped. But the trailer stuff, I can mix and match and swap as long as I'm swapping size for size. So that'll give me a few days. End of the year, we still got to do inventory and all that stuff at work too. So I'm going to lose days just doing normal stuff. So
Yep. So, I mean, I've still got a nail that I can pre-order, and I've still got I've sold a lot of stainless steel. So, and shipping is in the process of going out. And I got an allotment of 15 of the new smokers, and I got 3 left. So not smokers, but vaporizers. I got 3 left.
Okay. So is that all you're going to have for the show, or the 3?
I can't bring them down there.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
So, I've ordered some more. I can go down after the holidays and get them. But we're in the process of shipping stuff out now that needs to be shipped.
Yeah.
So I've got one guy in Texas that's ordered 2 pallets of Enel stuff. I got 2 more pallets of Enel stuff that I'm bringing with me for one person. So, but I did a thing, you order over $500 worth of stuff, it's free shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you planning on taking much to the St. Louis show, or is it just going to be more for pre-order stuff, or?
I'm not taking anything to St. Louis.
Oh, you're not setting up?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's too far for me to go to do that.
Okay.
I can't do it. So, and if you're on here in the green room, you'll find out why.
I just figured out how to do it, so I finally got in.
I mean, on that app, there's so many people making so many different rooms or different conversations in different areas. Good luck navigating it all. You're going to be scrolling and reading for a while.
Yep. No, I think he's talking about your website.
Well, I finally got on Nobby's new little shindig here. I got the code and all that stuff, and I got it downloaded. But what I had to do is I had to look at the dates, and I had to scroll out of December into January. There's where it's listed.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you put your code in and all that stuff. So I finally got there. So,
yeah. I haven't played with, you can log, as the vendor, you can log in and like see what it looks like as an attendee, like your stuff. I haven't scrolled through there and really looked too much. I mean, I've looked at, they have everybody's promotional stuff is up and those kinds of things, but in terms of really exploring it, I haven't got that far into it. I haven't had time.
I haven't either. I haven't even looked at it.
No.
I don't have time right now. So
You say you got a giveaway, enter giveaway.
Yeah, under one of those, there's like a giveaway, and every vendor who's signed up through there with a giveaway, it's automatically posted. There's like 50 something people I think so far that are doing one, or at least one that's posted through there. Some of them may just be doing stuff in their booths, like tickets and things, but you can actually register for giveaways through the app. And supposedly, people that come by your booth, you can scan their badge in to like add them into the giveaway, and you know, it's kind of different how they do it because I've got like a discount, then a giveaway, but it won't let you differentiate how things are set up. It's just the way the software is. So I kind of had to stick it all on that one page and put some images, and they're figuring it out.
I would say,
Yep.
do you have a giveaway for that Defender Hive?
Yeah, at Nobby I do.
Do I sign up on here just to get a chance at it or what?
Yeah, I think when you go to the giveaway page, like where everybody's stuff is, I think there's just a button that you just hit to register or for it or whatever.
It just registers everybody, all the giveaways?
No, you have to go to the individual like dealers. You have
I'm
to
in
go.
I'm in your room, I guess you'd call it.
I guess, yeah, because I'm only doing like one actual like giveaway product. The rest is just like show special pricing. So yeah, if you hit it, it should just work for that.
58 already signed up for
That sounds about right. Yeah, I'll get a little email. I'll get a little notification where it'll have your name shown where you did it. So if you do it, I can check and make sure it worked later.
All right, whatever. I don't quite understand it, but
Just start hitting buttons on everybody's pages. Something will happen.
yeah.
You hit enough, you'll freeze it up. It'll be fine.
well, at least I got
Either that or he'll spend $1 million.
I got that far. That's the best I can say.
So you're saying I need to go put some button that just automatically just pre-buys $1,000 worth of stuff and see if Charlie hits it.
Yeah.
I'll give you the show special 5% off, Charlie. Maybe I'll order you a hat, have it made.
You mean I give Charlie a better special than you do?
Charlie hadn't ordered anything. If he hits me up with a big truckload of stuff, I'll give him a special.
He's got his own button in my register.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, the Charlie discount button.
Oh.
And what
Yeah.
raffle tickets, Brian, are you talking about? Is that for a Defender Hive for Brian?
Oh yeah, the giveaway thing that they're doing on Joey's channel for Hives for Heroes that Melissa's been working on.
Yeah.
Brian's buying a full setup of that from me and donating it to as one of the items to be raffled. So one of those I'm coming in, I have to hold for him because whoever wins it's going to pick it up at Nobby.
I get it.
So I'll have a few. So I told him he could get one of them and use it for that thing.
Yeah,
Since I got the one extra in that Apamax that Artie didn't realize they had hidden in the warehouse. So I've got one extra to spare. So Brian's going to get it and use it for the raffle for the fundraiser.
Yeah, I've got some stuff going to Hives for Heroes too through Melissa and Tom.
Yeah, he's doing that. I think I'm donating frames to it, frames and a pet cot, and I haven't seen the final poster of all the stuff on it yet. Figured that'll probably pop out sometime this week and see what else on there. I still haven't bought tickets yet. I got to remember to do that too. That date wise, that's coming up. A few weeks. So, Bill, you put all your pre-orders in. Did you get what you're expecting, or
No?
No.
Bracken, I think you can go to Hives for Heroes and become a mentor if that's what you're talking about for them. I don't know much about it. You'd have to investigate it.
Yeah, they were talking on the chat the other night. I kind of was in and out, and then I vanished for a while. May have been Joey's Saturday night. I think Tom may have brought up, or at least he talked about it, something about not seeing. It seemed like it didn't seem like as many vendors were putting out, specials already. Yeah, there seems like there's not near as many vendors doing it. I don't know if it's because overall sales this whole year everything's been down a little, or I was kind of noticing a lot of the woodenware people haven't done it. Kind of wondering if they're all trying to wait to the last second and not get undercut by one another.
Well,
Seems
that's
like
what
wood's vicious,
Yeah, that's what Burns said too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bracken. I know that Bob Walker. He's a vet also, and he had the same experience.
Yeah, I was approached about doing it, and being a vet and everything. They approached me about doing it, and I turned them down.
Hey, Ian.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the process of how they do that. I know Matthew on here. He's the state guy for Arkansas, and he's actually he's the state head for Missouri too, because they don't have anybody in Missouri to head it up. So he's kind of doing double duty on both states. I've talked to him about kind of how because I'm not a vet, but he said you don't have to be a vet to be a mentor. It's just
No, you don't.
different things you have to do. So I don't know much really about it. I don't have the kind of time to do that. So I figured I do things so differently than everybody else. It would end up hurting a new person if they tried to do it like I do. And I don't want to start confusing people right from the get go. So it's best if I just don't. Let them learn from somebody that can help them do it the standard way and get their feet under them before they start messing around.
Yeah. But
I'm coming, Tom. I haven't gotten you. There we go.
Oh, he's off his conference call.
Yeah.
Gracing us with his. Okay. Melissa was trying to talk to us, but Tom had to butt in and block her. So now we see. He's like, "Yeah, I'll turn it on for you." Now look at me, guys. Imagine
I still haven't seen your face on a frame yet, Tom.
I haven't. Michael's been busy, and actually, I've been busy. We haven't actually talked that much over the last week, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'll have to see about getting the proof over to him so we can get that frame printed up.
Hey, that's the new T-shirt for Nobby. Photoshop Tom's face on a frame and wear it around.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about all the poor people out there right now.
Oh, I can imagine when people see my pages and start reading the comments, they're like, "What?" Trying to figure out why these people are just trash and talking each other and being mouthy.
I thought about that.
Hey, Michael, you Photoshop his face onto a frame and do the artwork. Send it to me, and I'll get it put on a T-shirt, and then you can sell them, and I can sell them.
I was thinking I could take part of his face on a frame and just 3D print one just for looks, but I don't want to break my 3D printer.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I've got 3 printers.
If you did that, then that means Tom gets hired as a salesman for me, right? That way he can't bother you anymore.
Well, hey, all these, at the Nobby sign, like everybody's wanting to do their state pictures. We need somebody to cover booths so we can all go to our individual states if we want to go out there. So
exactly,
it was suggested that Tom's going to be everybody's bounce around to cover booths.
Yeah,
I could probably put in a little FaceTime.
I'm right by the front door, so I can run out to the Arkansas one real fast as long as I'm not slammed. But other than that, I am excited about. I haven't heard if they're still going to try to do the whole coffee delivery thing, because I'm on the complete opposite corner from the coffee station, and I'm going to have to go all the way down and all the way back at an angle, from corner to corner to get a cup of coffee. So if they figure that out, whoever's bringing my coffee, I'll give them nice tips every time they bring me one.
I'm 1 mile away.
Well, what do you mean by nice tip? Like maybe a $1 bill, or what are you thinking?
Depends how desperate I am.
I'll wait for you to get desperate.
Oh, wait, no. I don't want you bring me coffee. I'm thinking somebody's kid, it works over there. And
now, if Melissa were to bring the coffee, I would do a $1 bill tip.
If
Right.
Melissa does it, I'll send her over there for a bill.
I'll tip I'll tip with honey. How about that?
Hey, how about some of that bourbon honey? I'm almost out.
I'm about ready to bottle mine. I
You want
wanted
some of
mine.
I'll send it to you.
I wanted mine a little stronger. So it's gotten cold here, so I'm using thermal heater things to heat cycle mine a few more times, like a rick house would be. So I'm getting a couple more good hard cycles on them, and then I got 15, 16 gallons worth I need to bottle. I'll take some of it to Navi with me, but probably not all of it. But I'll take a little chunk with me.
I'm sure it
I'll
would
bring
sell.
you a couple bottles, Tom.
Okay. I was bottling some the other day and then eating some of it as I was bottling it. Man, that stuff is really good. Sells like mad too.
Yeah.
Michael, I did source myself another barrel just the other day, 2 days ago. Remember I told you I got that 15. I'm going to abandon that 15, I think, but I got one that was just dumped, and it had a bung on the end. I capped it and drilled a bung down the center, and I've left it open because it's pretty wet inside. So every time I go walk out in my garage, it smells like a microbrewer out there.
We'll just tell him to leave a little bit of, half a gallon in there, let it slosh around a little bit.
There you go.
I just don't want it to ferment.
Well, hey, if it's freshly dumped, that wood's going to hold close to 3 gallons. That's going to leach out.
Yeah.
As long as you don't, I guess you're going to have some that's going to evaporate because you're not fully filling it, unless you're going to fully fill it. But
yeah, well, I have both bungs open right now, so there's probably some evaporation happening right now. And then what my plan to do is I'm going to fill it. Normally I would fill it about halfway. I think I'm going to fill it even more so and I'm thinking about just that, Michael, where you said it's probably going to hold 2 to 3 gallons in the wood itself. So to kind of dilute that down a little bit, I think I may fill it up even more. Typically I've put 20, 25 gallons in there. I may pump it up to like 35 gallons, but I typically don't run them full. So
have you ever thought about standing it straight up instead of rotating it to keep the bottom half more moist, to keep it from drying and seeping? Let the top dry out where you're not ever going to have liquid contact?
I haven't actually.
I don't know. I don't know if that would work, but instead of drying ends and rolling onto the dried ends, you would always have the bottom moist and the top would always be dry. I don't know if it might be something to play with, maybe on a smaller barrel, and just see what happens with it.
And how to transfer.
I could also put, okay, go ahead. I could also put the, Melissa's fixing to transfer me to a different screen.
Yeah, there you go.
Whoa, echo. Are you getting out of that seat then?
Yeah, I'll be back.
I also thought about using a paraffin wax and melting it on the ends too. I was talking to the what would you call them? What are you doing? You said you were done, right? Oh, I'm sorry, we're not muted. You're messing with me here. I'm trying to concentrate. What do you want?
You see, this is not an act. This is how we are. We're a mess.
All right, it's fight night. Let's go. Green room, watch them punch each other.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, watch Tom get beat up. Whatever. He's a gentleman. He won't fight back.
Holy cow.
You got it.
Oh my gosh.
You got it. Mute.
But hey, if you're not ever trying to reseal the barrel again, just paraffin it up and seal that thing.
That's what I thought about doing.
Beeswax works real good to seal too.
I've told him that before, but he said beeswax is too precious. He's going to use cheap paraffin wax.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Really?
Yes.
Some people.
I know. Hey, Dodd, that actually was pretty fun. Those songs, whatever he did. And so Melissa was laying in bed, not feeling good. She's feeling better now. But what was funny about that is I took it into her and I'm laughing. She's like, what? And I'm like, I'm going to just preface what happened. And I'm like, you watch it for yourself and she actually watched that whole chat from the other night. What did you think?
Well, I was too sick to kick him out of bed. I was too sick to beat him up, so he survived the night. Yeah, it was pretty funny though.
Were you trying to share something, Tom?
So I did. It's
that was Melissa.
Whenever you have time, you don't have to put it up now. Not that you guys can read that very well, because I've kind of
She's
squished as much information in there as I can.
Wow.
But that's
Yeah.
the Hives for Heroes raffle information page that I'm still waiting on that last square. Somebody said they're going to donate something, but they haven't been able to get me the pictures to it yet. So
what are you trying to do, man? Quit moving in on me.
Just
stick to your lane.
I'm trying to read my poster.
Stick to your lane over there. Golly, you need these glasses? Put them on. Here,
Oh my gosh.
put on the glasses.
So, oh, that's horrible. Anyway, if you guys can zoom in your television or your laptop or your phone screen, we got some really awesome prizes, raffle items up there. Tom's future bet is up there.
Shoot.
Number 1, the Defender Hive, an Enel Hive, some Type Bond 3, a Swarm Trap. JW has 2 box cracker things. I don't know what else you want to call them. Box crackers. Matt's got 3 different packages of fondant. Michael's got 2 sets of frames. Clay, I'm trying to see. I don't even know.
Oh, you need these glasses back?
No, that's
Oh.
the next one is a gift basket from, I think it's, what number is it?
Scoot over.
Quit pushing on me, Thomas. James Noah.
Oh, Thomas, it's going to get ugly now.
Yeah,
Then
it is.
Grammy has a gift basket. Then JL Apiaries has 2 of his bucket alarms. Phil Kent is donating a $100 Hilco gift card. Clay Bunner has some Christmas tree candles and a honey gift basket. Then Hope Sadler has a grafting station. And then our last basket, I don't have details on it yet because they're getting me details on it still. So there's
And
some
that's from who?
JJ Stevens.
Okay.
But there's some really nice gifts. Some of them you have to come to the Nabi to pick up, and it says in the details in there. Some of them will be shipped. Also, it's not on there yet because Philip just told me about it, is Gunline Bees is donating some of their coasters they've been making. So I think they're donating 2 sets of coasters. So I need to add those to the list also. So there'll actually be 22 items on there. But yeah, you can buy your raffle tickets now with the link above. I think the site is called Give Butter, but you can scan that QR code up there.
Yes.
And it'll take you to the site.
The QR code's probably too small to pull up, honestly.
Well, maybe on our laptop. So yeah, there's already been several tickets sold. I think when I checked earlier, there's like over $700 already in tickets sold. So get your tickets. Last year we raised like $2,200. I think Philip said we were able to donate to Hives for Heroes. So yeah, get your tickets, and those are the prizes as of right now. I'll update it as I get my pictures in.
And if anybody has not reserved tickets for the Nabi dinner on Wednesday night, I would suggest you doing that. Since that flyer went live on the North American Honeybee Expo Facebook site, I keep seeing emails coming through for Eventbrite on that, and there's I don't know how many are left, but it's probably less than 30.
It was
Yeah,
25 when I put it up earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So-
they're not getting that confused with the other thing that Cayman's putting on, are they?
No.
I hope not. I will say this too. If anybody had reserved tickets for that dinner and you know for some odd reason that you are not going to use them, like something has come up, and even this, I'll make this statement for moving forward too. If you are not going to use them, email us back and let us know that you're not going to use them so we can put them back up, because I mean, this is 100% going to sell out. And I would imagine it's probably going to happen within the week. When I say sell out, I mean get reserved.
Bob, I wasn't feeling well enough to take him out that night, so he survived the evening. I did get a kick out of it, though.
So Kenneth, I just sell the barrels back. Whenever I'm done with them, I just sell them back off. Try to recoup my money back out of it because I don't have any use for them beyond that.
Well, is it true that they can only use that barrel one time for bourbon or something?
I'm going to tell you, the better person to ask that is right below you, Charlie. He's a little bit more wise in this area than I am, so I'll leave that.
Yeah, yeah. For bourbon, it has to be a brand new white oak charred barrel. They can't. They can reuse it to do like double barreling, like a double oaked and aging. But to get that original like bourbon label, it's got to be a brand new charred white oak.
Well, it's like Jack Daniel's whiskey, different than.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
no,
a whiskey, it's not a bourbon.
Yeah, so it depends on how you want it. The bourbon part of it comes into how much corn and all you have in it. So Jack Daniel whiskeys are technically like a bourbon. It's kind of funny. There's not much difference in between them. It comes down to really to like the mash bills.
Yeah,
bourbons are sweeter. Basically, if you like more of a sweeter taste, you go bourbon than whiskey.
And the distilling process has something to do with it too.
Yeah, then there's certain processes to get a certain name after you distill it. You have to run it through charcoal, then you can call it something else, and
yeah,
it's all the same basic process though.
He sounds like a shiner from the old days.
Yeah.
Hey Bill, I've called Michael a few different times and we've talked about the process so I could understand it a little bit better even.
Trying to get Tom to go whiskey tasting or distillery tour tasting, but no.
Hey, just so you know,
he needs to understand the barrels, even if he doesn't drink them, what he's looking for in terms of taste profile.
Exactly.
I did try 2 bourbons, very, very small samples on, what day was it? Last week on Friday. So,
well, I was sick in bed. He was out drinking, apparently.
He knows when to go, Melissa.
That's when I need to come. When I come to St. Louis, I need to bring you up a bunch of little bottles of things to taste for profile so you can sample a bunch of things and kind of figure out what you're looking for.
Yeah, and I'll bring you some good rye whiskey.
Like I probably got 50 bottles here of stuff, just everything from low proof, like 80 proof sipper stuff to like high end hazmat stuff to, allocated stuff that's taken me 2 and 3 years to be able to find a bottle and everything in between.
Yep.
The cool thing about the barrels is the distiller that I was talking with the other day. This is the second time I bought barrels from him, and he had some small 5-gallon. What's the word I'm looking for?
Kegs.
Cask.
Yeah.
Kegs or whatever, but the little 5-gallon recipe that he had going. He had multiple 5-gallon ones stacked up in 2 different spots, and he told me what each one of them were. He was going to get me a sample of it, but I can't remember, something didn't work out or whatever. And he says, I would like to potentially be able to use your barrel in reverse. And I'm like, great, sounds good, because I don't want to pay for them. So anyway, he said what they'll do is it's not going to be until April 1 when they get ready to dump those 5s. He goes, I'll get you a couple of them. You use them for the time you need. And he goes, give them back to me. He goes, we will play with it on our end, and then we'll see what that looks like. And he goes, maybe moving forward, we can do that on a little more of a normal scale. And I'm like, that sounds good to me. So the most ideal situation is I drive out there, pick up a barrel, drop him one off, and just keep swapping them out at no cost.
Well, see that picture I sent of that stuff I've been hunting for a couple of years, that honey finish one, that's kind of like what he would be doing with them. I'll just bring you a sample of that so you can kind of see what they're doing with it. That's probably one of the better ones in the country that you can find that's finished that way. But usually on small barrels, you don't do your first distillation, like aging in it. because man, you get some really harsh oaks on it, like
Mhm.
old tannins, but you can do lots of cool, like little, like double barrel finishing stuff in them.
So what you're talking about is it'll have a bit of a bitter taste on it, right?
If you do, they use 55-gallon drums. What some people do is they'll use the smaller ones to try to get more taste and color on it, to try to get to market faster, to pay some bills while the good stuff's aging.
I got you.
But that generally leaves more of a kind of a harsher, oaky tannin finish to it.
Okay, I got you.
So most of the bigger distillers, once you actually have product and can pay bills, you're doing them in the big ones for a reason, because you have time to let that all mellow.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you do smaller batches of, like, you're using it as a secondary flavoring agent.
Mhm.
That's what a lot of the smaller ones are good for, because you can do a lot of experimental stuff with them.
Okay.
And that initial tannin harshness is kind of knocked out of them because you've done other things with them.
Yeah. One other thing I would like to try that Craig Midget has done is he has what he's claiming. He said he's going to bring me a bottle at Nobby. Is he has a really good rum barrel aged honey, and that sounds pretty good because I actually, again, you all know that I really don't drink, but I actually like spiced rums. I think they're amazing. They've got a really, really sweet flavor to them. So I may have to chat with you a little bit more about that, Michael. I know you're a little more well-versed than I am. Ask a few questions, and I actually may try to source a smaller rum barrel and then try to work that too and have two different things going there.
Oh yeah, they take you can get like tequila. They take bourbon barrels to age in, and they take rum and bourbon. They do all kinds of mixtures for aging and flavor profiling. And I mean, the honey will pick it up just as well. Just whatever that liquor profile you're going for is. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know about tequila and honey, but rum and honey sounds pretty good.
Well, and I think that's the cool thing about honey that sometimes we don't think about as beekeepers or as honey producers is the fact that because honey is hygroscopic, it will pull moisture and flavors in, but it'll also obviously release them back out. So, again, something to think about. I know this is not up everybody's alley, but I mean, when I tried it that one time and I was like, this was absolutely amazing. And I looked at the cost on this little bitty bottle that my son's girlfriend purchased, and I'm like, why am I not doing this? If somebody wants to take their small batch of honey that they produce, whether it be 5, 10, 15 gallons, whatever, you absolutely could add value to your honey by doing this aging process and then putting it back out, bottling it, create a nice label, nice presentation, and get a lot more bang for your buck when it comes to your honey production there.
Yeah, I know. And like what I'm doing, I don't know. Most people that do honey, it seems like when I talk to them, when they age it, they're only doing it for a few months.
Mm-hmm.
But the way you do your bourbon barrels, they're stored in rick houses, so they go from hot to cold. They go through hot and cold cycles for years. So you've got those hot summer months, and then you've got the cold summer to suck it out, and the cold months to basically push it back in.
Mm-hmm.
When you're aging it for 3 months, you don't get as much of that. But I mean, it's honey and not bourbon. So like what I'm trying to do with mine, I'm heat cycling mine. So I'm purposely getting my buckets heated up for a few days at a time, then letting them crash cold again. Like right now, my garage is a perfect place to crash cold my honey.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting them like warm, like 100 degrees, and then letting them drop down on the concrete floor to like 35 or 40.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going through my rounds a couple of days each, and I'm cycling them over and over and over to get like a heavy full cycle through it. And I can tell after the last couple of weeks of doing that, mine went from having a nice bourbon taste to when I cracked the lid off, it's already trying to start evaporating on its own. It just hits you in the face.
Really?
So I'm kind of, that'll help me speed up the drying out process, I hope too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll dump a bunch of it in a bottling tank, heat my tank up a little bit, and then I'll cover it and I'll put a fan across the top to help take that vapor off of it.
Yeah.
And use a refractometer.
That's what I did on mine too. When I felt like it bumped the moisture up a couple percent, that's what I did. I didn't do a whole bunch. I dumped 5 gallons at a time, turned the heat up to 105 degrees, threw a dehumidifier in the room, and then I would stir it pretty often. And within a week, I got it down to where I needed it fairly easily, I will say. But that heat in the tank really helps to get that to help, I'll say, off gas, really not off gassing, but pulling the excess moisture off of it.
Just taking a light a match.
There you go.
Yeah, my lids.
My garage smells like a microbrew right now, Charlie. Yeah. It smells really good.
I have to burp my lids when I'm heating them. I mean, it gets a bubble on top. and I cracked the seal, and you could see it burp out, and the lid sink back down from all the vapor building up in it.
Huh. Hey, Michael. So there was a couple questions in there. One I think is kind of more geared to you. Kenneth says, Michael, I have a number 4 char on my barrel. Can you explain the char number system?
So your chars start basically at 1 and go up. So most standard chars, most places use a 3. That's kind of like the general purpose char. The char is more, it's like a filtering element. It kind of takes some of the harsh tannins out of your woods. So there's toasting and there's charring. So charring is physically, it's like putting charcoal. It's burning inside your barrel. And when you get a heavier char, you start getting up to like alligator char, where it looks like it's been really crispied. And that does different amounts of chars do different things for flavors in terms of what it pulls out and what it imparts to it. And you can go online and see, you can find charts that'll explain that more in depth, all the little nuances of it. So some places char, and to be like bourbon, you have to char it. So some places only char, and some places toast, then char. Toast is like heat cycling the wood, and some people do it with flames, but they don't burn the wood. And some more modern, newer ones will actually like radiate heat it. But toasting it, it's like toasting a marshmallow. You're bringing the sugars and things to the surface of the wood. And they have different levels of that. Like, I like a heavy toast on my stuff. So some of the bourbon honey I'm doing now, I put extra staves in, no char. I'm using a toast 4 because I like a heavy toast. But they'll get the toast to get a certain flavor profile, and then they char it after the fact, so you kind of get double duty. And how you blend those makes other flavor combinations, and it's a whole science to it. But
so
yeah,
just the short of what you're saying is a char is basically a browning of the wood, whereas a toast is more of a browning of the wood, whereas the char, when you look at it, it looks like almost like a burnt firewood where there's cracks and stuff in it, right?
Yeah, they for a char they basically put flame on wood for so many seconds, and after so many seconds they get it to the level that they want and they extinguish it immediately with water and put it out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the toast is just heating up the wood itself to like start putting a nice brown on it to bring out the natural sugars in the oaks, but they don't actually ever catch the wood on fire at all.
Okay, yeah.
So you can, if you're buying barrels, you have to have the char on it. Sometimes if you're finishing it, like after you make your bourbon and you're going to like a second finishing, then you can just use toasted or whatever you want for that extra finish, because you only need that initial charred oak barrel to call it bourbon. So there's lots of things you can double, triple. I mean, there's all kinds of, every time you put it in a new barrel, different things happen. And you can only use the barrel so many times because it loses, some of those natural sugars as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, you're finishing a honey. So if you give that back to, say, a brewer who's aging stout in it, they're going to get a little bit of that bourbon taste, and they're going to get a little bit of that honey in there too. So it's all over the place. That's why when they're making it barrel to barrel, it tastes different depending on where in the rick houses they're stored. That's why if you don't know, if you don't drink, if you go and buy it, you can buy the off the shelf that's like blended. You can buy single barrel, which means they never blend the barrel. They just crack it open, and that barrel tastes different than every other barrel. So if you're trying to make like a stable flavored bourbon honey that tastes the same batch to batch, you're wanting to get a barrel that's like a standard, common, everyday barrel, like a Wild Turkey 101 barrel. It's always going to taste like 101 because they blend it to get it the same taste, same proof constantly.
Yeah.
But if you're getting like a one-off, single barrel, it's going to taste different batch to batch. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for neat, weird stuff, if you're looking for consistent profile over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So,
hey, Bill, there's a message in the private chat for you. Yeah, all this stuff is pretty interesting. And like Michael was talking about, only leaving there for 90 days or 3 months. It seems like a really long time, but in all reality, when you're trying to age something, how long do most of those bourbons age for? A year? Sometimes longer?
Well, part of it depends on where you are in the country, but just to taste decent, like bonded stuff, it's like 4 years. 4 years is kind of like a decent number for just decent stuff.
Yeah.
If you're like in Kentucky, what you age in 2 or 3 years is like 10 years in Minnesota because they don't have the severe heat cycling. That's why like Canadian whiskeys are so much lighter kind of tasting, like Crown, because they don't have those hard heat cycles.
Mm-hmm.
So some distilleries will actually distill all their own liquid and then barrel it and ship it to the South to age it. So they're not having to wait 10 years to sell something that's worth it and shipping it back in 2 or 3 years and selling it.
So really, in all reality, the fact that we're aging something for 90 days is like just a blip on the radar. It's like nothing.
Yeah, you're getting just a little bit of flavor on it.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing that I liked most about it. And I think that so everybody's going to be a little different. So like folks that have tried that bourbon barrel aged honey have actually said to us like, oh, we don't drink. And I'm like, you're talking to the choir here. I'm like, we don't drink either, but I'm like, just try this, and surprisingly, most people who are non-drinkers are like, oh, that has a really nice taste to it. Meaning it's a real soft, sweet flavor at the end. It changes it up just a little bit where it's not so overpowering. Like, Michael might like a really, really aggressive taste where I'm like, I like something very, very smooth and subtle, be kind of like that difference right there.
Yeah. Like right now, like what I've been taking to sell with me, the stuff I have ready to pour like for Nabi, it's a kid friendly. You wouldn't know it's bourbon unless you drink bourbon. Everybody, low proof, just makes my honey taste fruitier than anything with a little bourbony back taste. I've got another little batch I'm playing with for me that's like light you up as soon as you take the cap off for the heavy bourbon people. But that's not something I could sell to like everyday people. They wouldn't like it. Right. It would be too much for them. Like the stuff I'm aging now is like, I don't even think it's maybe 90 proof. I can't remember exactly what the proof was. Where some of the stuff I'm using in my other smaller batches are like in the 135s.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a lot stronger. It's got the higher alcohol you're going to go, the more flavors you're going to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just looking for that just a little bit of bourbon taste, smell, you don't need anything super high proof.
Well, the two that I had sampled the other day, he told me, he goes, this one here is 110 proof. The other one was, I think, 130.
Ooh, did you hate the 130?
I did actually. I did, and I'll be honest with you, I really didn't even. Man, you're again talking to somebody that doesn't drink. I honestly really didn't even care for the 110. Like I said, I like that very subtle taste in the honey when we age it in there, and I like the smell of it. The smell is really good, but I don't know. It's just for me, it's harsh, and I just don't. And then the guy says, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Man, you're asking the wrong guy." And I'm like, I'm not trying to offend what you guys are trying to do here. I'm like, I just can't appreciate this stuff,
Yeah, like when I'm making like pecan pie or something for the holidays, or like I make like a bourbon pecan pie or bourbon whipped cream or whatever. I'm using like a Michter's. It's like 82 proof or something, just because I want a little bit of the taste. I don't want anybody to get any strong harshness off of it. That's probably something more your range.
I'm going to end the chat. It's 10:15.
Ooh, yeah.
So hang out. And I appreciate everybody coming in tonight. It's a cold night here in the valley. So everybody tuck your bees in good and tight, put a blanket on them, and sing them a good night lullaby. So I'll see you Friday night on Charlie's chat. And y'all have a great week in the bee yard. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Night.